No, the title of this video is not an April Fool's Day joke. Tucked away under the squads menu in Call of Duty Ghosts is the saving grace of the game, the Safeguard game mode. I love Spec Ops Survival in MW3, and Safeguard takes that to the next level. I'm not much of a zombies guy or extinction guy. It's very cryptic having to do all the Easter eggs and shit and the whole training lines of zombies and leaving crawlers on the ground so then people get shit for like 10 minutes, especially on fucking transit, having to wait for that godforsaken bus is just not my thing. I don't enjoy killing shit that doesn't shoot back. I have some videos, though, of myself playing Survival in MW3, Zombies, and even a Safeguard montage I'll leave for you in the description, just so that you guys can go back and check out some of these older videos of mine of these particular game modes. Now, the biggest downfall with Survival in MW3 was that it was only 2 players. This is kind of a bummer, since all of the Zombies game modes were always 4 players. Safeguard lets you have up to 4 players now, which is awesome. It has elements from the multiplayer game like kill streaks, perks, and weapons, but without the AIDS that's associated with Call of Duty Ghosts. No thanks, I'll use a fucking condom or some form of protection when playing Call of Duty Ghosts. There are some surprises and exclusives in this game mode though, which I'll talk about later, that make you actually want to play the game. There's also a decent amount of strategy involved, so I'll go over what I try to do in order to survive to those higher levels. The first thing I'll touch on though is the HUD. It looks similar to the multiplayer, but there are some new things going on here. In the upper left hand corner there's 2 bars, the blue bar on top and the white bar on bottom. The top bar is your weapon level and how close you are to getting it to that next level. Your level number is in the extreme upper left, and this corresponds to how strong your weapon is. The more damage you do to enemies, the more this bar will grow like a dick on Cialis. The bar below that is the support drop level. The more points that you accrue, the more this bar will fill, just like a frequent shopper card. Once it gets to the end, a bunch of care packages will drop into the map. I'll go over that a bit later on as well. The lower left hand corner has your current round number, just to put that notch on your belt and brag to your friends how big your E-dick is. Below that is your current perks that you pick up from the support drops that I mentioned earlier. Above the round number is your current team's field orders, which are given out every 4 rounds unless you're currently stuck on a field order. Field orders are for the entire team, and once completed, you're rewarded with a minigun and explosive rounds for all of your weapons, so you have 3 guns at a time, kind of like a temporary mule kick for you zombies nuts out there. You only have the minigun for a short while though, so make good use out of it. A good strategy is to get the field order down to only having one of the action, which could be a headshot, equipment kill, melee kill, etc., so that you can time appropriately when you'll get the minigun to maximize its potential. You'll want to kill motherfuckers with that shit. In the upper right hand corner is the scoreboard. Nothing really to see here except you could bag on your buddy for going down more than a hooker on a Saturday night. In the lower right is the normal shit with one exception. In the care package slot is the Ghost Squad member. He's like your normally friendly AI to help you out. My advice, only use this streak when absolutely necessary, as he's about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. What he does do well, though, is revive you. If your entire team goes down, this is when you should use the squad member, because he'll revive you and your teammates. You get only one of these squad members per game, unless you're rolling solo like a red drinking cup, and then you get one every 20 rounds in that particular case. So, coordinate with your team to make sure you don't step on each other's toes. The rest of that area is the same as the multiplayer mode with the different streaks. Now, onto the game mode itself. It's basically waves of enemy AI bots coming to take you out. You start out with the MP443 pistol, 2 flashbangs, 2 IEDs, and a squad member. The enemy AI are as follows. There is the Ravager, which is the first round standard enemy with shotguns. Pretty easy to take out, but be careful when they are in groups, because they do have shotguns. The Tower are the enemy dogs, which are very dangerous in groups, and they first appear in round number 4. The Enforcers are lightweight juggernauts armed with SMGs that first appear in round number 5. The Striker are Ravengers with an assault shield, and don't get trapped by these motherfuckers, only 2 hits before you go down. Just throw out a stun grenade to get behind them to shoot them or stab them. The Hammers are lightweight juggernauts armed with a chainsaw. They're very good at killing at long range, so try to get close to them. The Destructors are the most powerful enemy AI. They're heavy juggernauts armed with a grenade launcher. Aim for the head or stab them twice to kill. Now, let's talk perks and weapons. These can be grabbed from the support crates, which I know I'll get to later. Now, in Safeguard, there are a lot of perks, but not all of them from the multiplayer. Agility, Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw, Marathon Reflex, Steady Aim, Ready Up, Blast, Shield, Stalker, Focus, ICU, and On the Go. There is a unique perk to Safeguard called Trigger Happy, which kind of looks like On the Go, except it has a circle next to the ammo clip instead of a running man. This perk will automatically reload your gun for you when you kill an enemy. It's like fucking Rambo, just spray and pray. If it takes 10 bullets to kill an enemy, on the 10th bullet, it will automatically put your full mag capacity back into your gun. You never have to reload again. It's by far the best perk in Safeguard, but it's also extremely rare. The guns in Safeguard are as follows: the MTS-255, FP6, Vepr, MTAR-X, AK-12, ARX-160, M27 IAR chainsaw, and the USR. There's also a unique gun to Safeguard called the Wild Widow, and it's also extremely rare to find. It's a Magnum-like pistol with extra high damage and bullet penetration, making it a one-shot against any foe. This obviously is the best weapon in Safeguard, but it only has 6 bullets, so be careful on your aim. It does kill in one shot, but you gotta hit your fucking target. You can also grab a throwing knife, which replaces your IEDs. It's a good choice in having, because they will kill any foe in one hit, except for the Destructor, which I talked about earlier, and you could always retrieve it, unlike the IEDs, which go away after they're used. Some strategy here involving weapons. You should pick the 2 guns which you're going to be using for the entire game by about the 10th round or so, because you'll be leveling them up constantly. My favorite ones to use are the Vepr and the M27 because of their bullet capacity and high damage. The shotguns are also a good choice if you're going to be camping in a small area with only short range engagements. The longer you take to pick your guns, the shittier they're going to be against those higher waves. You don't want to have to start out with a gun back on fucking level 1 again when you're on like round 30. You want your powerful gun. That's why pick 2 guns and stick with them. Stick to your fucking guns, people, just like America's policy. Every 5 rounds, starting with round number 1, is what's called the loot round. In this round, you've got to sing Notorious B.I.G.'s "Give me the loot, give me the loot, give me the loot." No, I'm just kidding. Blue care packages will drop onto the map, which have kill streaks in them, and they disappear after a short time, so be sure to grab them quickly, just like a coke fiend. The kill streaks that appear in these care packages are the IMS, Sentry Gun, Trinity Rocket, Battle Hind, Vulture, and the Helo Scout. You can obviously only have 3 streaks on hand, so go for the strongest ones first. As a strategy, if I can make it to 4 crates in the loot round, I'll call in a streak just to empty that slot to get another one. So if I've got a Battle Hind on deck, I could call that shit in and grab another streak. So I'll actually have 4 during the loot round. Another strategy that I like to employ is to always have a Helo Scout on deck. If you're ever trapped in a sicky situation, you can call that bitch in and you'll be transported up to the helicopter to snipe enemies out of that crazy situation. Since the loot round is every 5 rounds, coordinate using all of your streaks in the time of those 5 rounds. You got 3 streaks, so you can alternate with your friends. The support drops, on the other hand, only come when you fill up that bar. Several care packages will drop that contain either a perk or a weapon. These crates can be re-rolled 2 times. The first drop is green, the second or the first re-roll is always yellow, and the third or the second re-roll will always be ammo, so use that to your advantage. Unlike the loot crates, these do not go away, so only grab them when you're not up to your fucking eyes in enemies. Coordinate with your team for perks and weapons. You guys got this recurring coordination theme, right? It's like being the David Tutera of FPS. You can have as many perks as you want, so go crazy, folks. Now, if you already have the weapon that is in the crate you're about to pick up, you could either re-roll it for something else, or you could grab that crate, and instead of replacing your weapon that you already have, it will add 1 level to that particular weapon. This is a good strategy in the later rounds when you already have lots of perks and both of your weapon sets already determined. There are several power-ups that are randomly dropped as well. The Sheriff Badge will add 1 level to the weapon that is currently drawn. The Mag Chain will refill ammo and equipment for all players, so that power-up is basically like max ammo for zombies, so make sure you have all of your guns reloaded and use all of your equipment before you grab that shit. These power-ups are extremely helpful, but don't be an idiot running out trying to grab them. The best overall strategy I can give for someone is don't be that fucking guy. If you're gonna Leroy Jenkins, then I'm just gonna fucking leave you to die, which is something else we should get into. When you go down, you have 30 seconds of bleed out time. During that bleed out time, you lose perks every 3 to 4 seconds, starting with the rightmost perk in your list. So as a good strategy, try and get the best perks first, even though they only come out of the support crates at random. This way, when you go down, you'll lose less valuable perks first since you acquired them later in the game. If nobody revives you in time, but the rest of your team somehow survives the round without you, you're not too fucked. Unlike in zombies, when you start over with nothing, at the very spot where you died is a red box that only you can see on your screen. Grab it and you'll get your weapon back, level and all. Unfortunately, your perks and shit are all gone, so you have to whore out those support drops. Now, each map has good places in it to kind of hold down while the enemies just keep on coming in droves. It's kind of a trial and error thing, but I will try to help you guys in the comment section if you got some more questions. I know this video is probably 3 months too late, but better than never, right? Some of you guys have already sold back or given away or just fucking broken your Call of Duty Ghosts copy, but if you somehow still happen to have it like myself, dust that bitch off and try this game mode. Do you guys want to see some more live comm safeguard montages? I'll keep bringing them because this is really the only way I enjoy playing Call of Duty Ghosts. See, even this game has redeeming value. I've been the Schwantz27 and I'm out just like Winter. Fuck you, Winter. Get the fuck out of here. 55 degrees today, bitch. Until next time.